Okay, hello and welcome, and Talkin Ready here, and the story today, unfortunately, and I do appreciate that we have a lot of his supporters come over after my latest video regarding the subject matter on electric the other month. Richard, unfortunately, has had a subscriber send him some information that basically he's ran with it. Unfortunately, he has put himself in it, let's just say. Now, I've got nothing against the guy. I don't know him, never met him, never interviewed him, but I do know that we do have, from the stats, my stats, that we do have people who come here from his channel. So I'm not being rude about him, I'm just saying that there is an issue with the latest video about the council tax. There is an issue with a lot of the truth of movement. I've said this before the other day, Andy Barlow video I made. Stop pushing the fear porn, because you're listening to various people. I'm a bit upset because obviously he seems like a nice guy, and I'm sure that people will take advantage of him just as much as they took advantage of him with the electric meter thing. Rightly or wrongly, you know, we all want to do a good video. We want to do a good interview with somebody who is going to give us some information about stuff, and I'm always looking for different people to come on and have a chat. The only problem is when you get to the nitty gritty of it, they don't want to come on. Maybe they don't want to come on your channel because you're only a small channel. I just want to show you the video first of all. So this is Richard the other day.
And I was sent something last night that I hope will put a big smile and a cheer on all those people who have had that knock on the door from bailiffs and enforcement officers to deal with things like arrears and council tax. And I hope this will give a big smile, because some important information has suddenly come into my hands, and I dare say a number of other people's hands who are in the same business of reporting on lawful things or legal and things, and I think this is going to be very exciting, and I want to share it with you immediately. Now, you need to just double check this and do your own due diligence, and this is not legal advice or anything like that, but I want you to be aware of it so that you can check it out. And of course, the links will be in the description. So this is, I think, very good news for a lot of people. Let's have a look at what was sent in late last night to me by one of my wonderful viewers. And here it is. Council tax debts become unenforceable overnight. I mean, hard to believe, but here we have had some jolly good news. And I will leave the links here to the legislation.gov.uk, Schedule 12 it is. So, here we go. A new landmark ruling effectively prevents enforcement agents from seizing goods in connection with council tax and even entering anyone's property. It hands defendants a £4,000 Christmas bonus if they sue the bailiffs for illegal enforcement. So how does this work? Let's have a look. When a council obtain a liability order...
Can I just stop it there? Because obviously liability orders, that should be a red flag straight away, because liability orders were disbanded in 2003. So they're actually not a thing. Anyway, back to the video.
They will seek to enforce this order by way of sending in enforcement officers, sometimes known as bailiffs. The conduct of these enforcement officers is strictly controlled under the Tribunals, Courts and Enforcement Act of 2007. In Schedule 12, It details that the enforcement officer must show their identity and the proof of authority from the court that entitles them to be on the premises. Note that it's from the court, not the council. And here we have another link, and I'll put these links into the same schedule. In section 26, it shows as follows. In the recent case of Leighton versus Bristol and Souter, that was ironically published on the winter solstice, which would have been the 21st, the judge ruled that the document used by the enforcement agents was unlawful and was not in accordance with the above act because all they did was simply show their instructions from the council to enforce the debt rather than the order from the court. Consequently, Mr. Leighton was awarded £4,000 damages plus cost plus interest.
So you can see that he goes on for another 6 minutes or so on that video, and of course goes into depth. He can only believe what he's been told. The truther movement, as we know, has its own agenda. Now, whether that is because it's been infiltrated and it's the actual deep state, they're pushing it out there. What you've got to remember is that this is not helping anybody, because the more information that's out there, the authorities, they're just going to change their ways to make it more difficult. Now, I come back to Andy Barlow every time because he's one of the good guys. So have a listen to what Andy Barlow says about this video, and you may be shocked.
Greetings TikTok, it's Andy from I Am. Right, just want to put to bed this council tax thing. Lots of people, lots of groups, lots of so-called big names, celebrities or gurus or leaders in the truth movement are saying this. Remember, you need to research yourself. So, just before Christmas, Richard Vobes posted a video about a case between Leighton and Bristol and Souter, stating that council tax is now unenforceable. It's another lie. It's another lie from the truth movement, okay? This is where we are with the Iron community. We will dissect and we will pull apart things to make sure that we protect our members of the community, because if they start believing the lies and the fearful that's coming out through social media, then they're going to fall down that trap as well. So we pulled it apart, and we're not the only ones. There's other reputable names out there pulling these things apart as well. So hats off to them. So basically this was just a breach of section 12 of the Courts and Tribunal Act 2007, which really, when you think about it in a nutshell, the guy was trying to use a letter of intent to try and enter the property. Breach their rules, that's all it was. All this is doing now is you're putting this out into the universe, so the councils and the debt collectors are going to tighten up the paperwork. They're going to make it even harder now. When something like this comes out, I urge you not to jump on the bandwagon and automatically think, yes, it's going to be great for us, it's going to be awesome for us, because we can now do this. You got to know who you are. Council tax is not enforceable to a man or woman, simple as that. But if you joined it as the person, then it is enforceable. So remember, even if you make one payment, you have contracted with them. You've agreed their terms and conditions by making a payment. And to suddenly turn around and shout and scream from the rooftops, it's unenforceable, it's against the law. Bullshit. You've got to do your due diligence, you've got to do your research. There are ways of not paying council tax. I haven't paid council tax for years. I fought the council tax and beat them myself. So again, I do what I say I do. I test these things myself and I go for it.
Anyway, my good friend Andy there. So please take note. Stop spreading the fear porn and false hopium. False hopium, I like that, that's good. So thanks to Andy for that, and of course I'll put the link down below. You can contact him directly. And that's it for today. Have a very good day, catch you later. Bye for now.